Okay, so let's get started. Marcus, I don't know where you got the still frame on my television, but I think we're being watched. We're being pointed out there. Speaking of which, they didn't get off to a good start at the DNC convention in Philadelphia. Holy crap. The best thing I saw that they did was the King of Philly cheesesteaks. There's like a street in the center of town, and there's like three street corners that come together like in a pie shape, and each one has a Philly cheesesteak shop, and they all claim to be like the best in the entire world. And they were doing that, and I was watching it the other morning before I went to work, so it wasn't as though I could pay a lot of attention to it. But apparently, each one claims to be the best, just like Chicago claims to have the best pizza, right?
Yeah.
And who else has the best? New York?
New York and Brooklyn.
And they compete.
There's Brooklyn style pizza. There's, I don't know.
Right.
Well, they're all different though, because New York pizza is a massive slice. It's like this because they all fold it in half when they eat it.
But aren't they real thin, like Domino's?
Yeah, but then I think Brooklyn is also super thin. I don't know.
What
exactly.
is Chicago?
I don't know. I know Chicago has their own hot dog. They have a certain style of hot dog that they use, that they have anytime you go anywhere that sells multiple styles of hot dogs, a Chicago dog is always one of the choices. But anyway,
Is it made differently? Is it?
no, it's just the toppings. It's just what you put on top of it. They used different anyway, but more on the
DNC convention.
The DNC convention? The DNC convention.
The
really?
DNC convention.
The DNC convention. That's like saying VIN number, isn't it?
No, Democratic National Committee Convention. DNC convention. It's DNC is Democratic National Committee. So before you start, throwing it
Then
out,
why
make sure
they
you're
never
doing
say
what
they
you're
never
talking
say
about.
that. They never say the DNC convention. They always just call it the DNC in Philadelphia or the RNC in Cleveland.
It's a convention. No, you're dead wrong. It's a convention. She got good gums, though. I'll tell you that. Anyway,
Yeah, can you imagine what she pays for dental?
man, her dentist has.
Well,
to
she's
be,
got she on her behalf. I mean, in her defense, she has good teeth, but I would think
if they're real or if they're implants.
they might be.
They may be
They look
implants.
perfect, but
No, they
that's
look perfect.
on her. But with their income, when she gets paid how much to speak to Wall Street
$200,000
for a 45-minute speech?
Yeah. By the way, did you see? There's one of them out where she talks about the exporting of jobs out to India, and she was speaking to a group of people in India, the governmental leaders, and she was saying, outsourcing is just one of those things we just can't really avoid, and we can't legislate against it. So outsourcing is pretty much something we can't avoid, and it's here to stay. Well, that's what India wants to hear. All of our jobs
because
are going to India. They get the money for it.
Well, they get the phone call.
Yeah, and so we're going, she supports that? She talks about jobs in America? Hypocrites. So, I personally think this thing is going to blow up a little bit tonight because tonight is the official nomination and the Bernie Sanders
What
crowd.
about what happened to the fart-in? The Bernie Sanders voters that were all going to get together and just fart the place up or something.
I didn't...
I just heard...
you heard that on the radio. It's a great idea.
Yeah, but I thought it was a real thing. I mean, they were actually... It was just a bunch of millennial Bernie voters, a lot of women, and they were going to go to the convention and just...
Women were going to do a fart.
That's what I'm... Okay, it may not be true, but I heard it on
hope
Barry.
it's not true.
I heard it on Barry. But he didn't... He was joking
but
about
he was
it, but he
probably-
wasn't... No, he wasn't delivering it as fake news to be funny. He was delivering it as real news that happens to be funny. And they were just going to go fart the place up and just stink it. That's a weird way to...
It's a strange way of characterizing
It was, well, because then
an
he
event.
took it further and made it... He did a lightning round. You don't remember the lightning round with... Ramon, if you were going to a fart-in protest, what would be your pre-fart-in meal? And it was a lightning round of what would you
beans,
eat? What would you
obviously.
eat right
Right,
before?
right.
Chipotle and Taco Bell were way up on the list.
Right.
So that was, yeah, he did. I remember now it's coming to me even more. So he did a whole lightning round on it, and it was hilarious because people were picking their meals that gave them the most gas.
But there's a lot more protesting in this convention thus far then would you? Yeah, I'll hold. I'll just wait. I'll just. It's all right. I don't really care, because we can talk about anything you want. I don't even need a second person, because I can just yak for the next time period until it's time to take a break and get another adult beverage to fill up my glass, which is emptying very quickly.
Okay.
So, welcome back, Marcus.
I know they're protest because they're more unhappy with their own party than we are with ours.
Well, they got screwed. I mean, they literally, the Debbie Wasserman Schultz videos that Putin and Wikipedia dumped, and there's more. Oh God, there may be more. And they clearly were biased toward Hillary again and against Bernie Sanders. It's absolutely phenomenal, the hypocrisy in this party, and they get exposed for it all the time, yet they never seem to really suffer. But I think this time around, 50% of the DNC voters, which are the extreme Sanders kids, they're the ones going, hey man, we got screwed on this. You guys
but they're getting
shafted us."
screwed by him also. I mean, he's now endorsing her. So his anti-establishment, she's not
So
qualified
all
to be
these
president.
people, yeah.
And now he's turned around and endorsed her. And I bet you Trump will gain more of Sanders voters because they're going, well, our outsider candidate screwed us. Now we're jumping to Trump because they just want somebody
Jumping to Trump?
jumping to Trump.
Had to throw a rhyme in there?
They're gonna jump on his team because they just want somebody so radical and out there that at this point it's not about their ideology. It's just about trying to get somebody that's so far from the norm. And they
But
thought
would Trump be their person, or
they
just,
don't
or
know.
Are they,
They
just
don't.
last resort?
They don't know. They don't know. They're just going to somebody. They're not going to go to. They're not going to go to her
Well, no,
because
but she's looking right at us.
she's.
She wants our vote. She wants our vote, and she's all happy about it. Look, did you tell her you're going to vote for? She's looking. She's pointing at you, Marcus, not me. It's not pointing at me.
So I think he'll get more out of
Who will?
Trump. He'll get more out of that than she
If he
will.
starts talking with reason, logic, common sense, and discusses a real plan, something that's tactically possible and reasonably doable, then yeah, I think he can pull a lot of the Bernie voters in. But right now, I mean, Donald Trump is
He's not going to
known-
pull them in because of ideology. He's going to pull them in because he's just so out there. He's so far in left field, and
But
they
he's polar
despise
opposite.
her.
He's polar opposite of
They
the
don't
Bernie
know.
Sanders
but
out there.
They don't know why they're voting for him. They don't know any more than they know why they're not voting for her. Well, actually, that's not true. They know why. They know why they're not voting for Hillary. They just don't like Hillary because she's crooked and corrupt. Most people know that.
I agree with. I mean, how do you argue with that though?
I don't. I'd love to talk to somebody who doesn't think she is, because I know. Go talk to Denise and her friends in Terrytown that mom had to sit and listen to. They were all drinking wine, sitting on Denise's porch,
Rationalizing a
talking
Hillary Clinton presidency.
Yeah, and I would have. Mom sat there. Mom said, I just bit my tongue because I didn't want to get into that with them, and it wasn't gonna be in my favor. She would have been outnumbered, and although I would have loved to have sat there and I just do it with a little bit of class. Say, well, why?
All you have to do is say, why is it okay to normalize fraudulent people and then elevate them to high positions of power in our own government, and then be okay with that? Why is that okay? Why is that good?
They wouldn't say that she is. They would blame it on Republicans. The Republicans are the ones that they're blowing it out of proportion. She didn't
listen
really.
to the media, that's for sure.
They'll play into the vast right wing conspiracy that's been attacking her for 25 years, and they'll just fall back onto that because it's an easy thing to fall back on.
So these kinds of people
it's Rush
just
Limbaugh.
cannot accept.
Rush Limbaugh and Hannity, but then it's like, well, the FBI said it. I mean, the director of the FBI said this. He came out and said it.
Yeah, but she's been fraudulent since the early 90s.
Sure. Well, but this is
nothing new.
No,
with her.
but I don't know how this has been. This is real. This is more than the bimbo eruption and her. That's kind of unofficial, just bad character stuff. This is actual. She's committed a felony, multiple counts of a felony. A normal person would be in prison for almost treason.
Well, David Petraeus.
Well, he's not in prison.
No, but
But
he
he
sure
got
raked over the coals.
Oh yeah, he got tarred and feathered, and he's not the. Yeah,
his was nothing compared to hers. His was a single issue deal. Hers is multiple.
yeah.
And she tells cameras, "No, I didn't do this. No, I didn't do that." I
So
have
did
no
her
idea what
husband.
you're
Her
talking
husband did the
about.
same thing. They'll lie directly to your face and expect you to take it.
And that's the problem I've got. Why do we accept that as a society? Why do they get away with it, and the Republicans?
They have the media behind them.
True.
Did you hear that call that called into Rush yesterday that talked about the big sign in Philly? It's on a major highway, something like I-10 would be, and it's a big billboard that says, "We have your back, Hillary," and then it has a big heart, and in the heart it says media. And I don't think it's
It's
meant to
not
be a
backed by
slam. It's meant to be a slam. It's somebody saying, "Don't worry, Hillary. No matter what happens, we'll push this your way." Or I mean,
Well, they
we'll make
will
it
anyway.
out.
They're surrogates. That's what they do. They have to. Once you're in bed with the a particular ideology, you can't switch gears like that.
No, because you'll look like you'll lose what little credibility they already have.
But they still, I blame it on the American public, and even though the American public gets duped by the media, which they try to put trust in, they get duped by our education system, which has been taken over by the entire DNC. We know that. Colleges, universities, and public schools. They hardly teach history anymore at all. So young kids coming up, they don't have any reference point other than what they're told. Like global warming is real. Wow. Do you actually believe that? There's no science behind it?
Or do you hear all the new stuff saying that, what is it, in 2040 there won't be enough energy to power your computers? They were talking about
it.
Yeah, they were, but that's them trying to get the millennial vote, because the millennials we're so electronic so they're trying to scare them, saying because that's the thing, is it takes fossil fuels, is what they're saying, is it's taking these fossil fuels to run these power plants that power your electronics, and if you lose fossil fuels, you'll lose the ability to run these power plants that power your electronics, and you won't have a laptop in 2040.
You won't have a laptop without oil.
That's basically what they're saying. Well, that's the argument collapsed on itself. That's what Rush's argument was.
Right.
They're trying to
Without
scare
oil, you and your laptop won't exist.
They're trying. Yeah. The initial argument was that we won't have enough power to power these plants that power your devices in 2040. And then Rush said, "Okay, now let's dissect it.
Yeah.
Dissect this."
Which is bunk.
Yeah. It's
Pure
like,
bunk.
well, yeah. It's.
You know what I find amazing is all the atheists and the Democrats and the liberals, they hate fossil fuels. But fossil fuels is a gift of the earth. The earth produces it.
Yeah.
Just like we discovered wheat, we discovered coal, we discovered water, we discovered the wheel, we discovered all the things the earth, wood, metal, iron ore, all that stuff the earth gives us, including raw crude oil. But that's the evil blood of wealth. That's the reason they hate.
Well, the
oil.
biggest problem I have with it is what's the convention they have? It's not in the United States. It's about global warming. It's like a global warming convention.
World Health Organization? No,
it's a major. I mean, it's big, and they do it every year.
Yeah,
they all
I
meet.
know what you're talking about.
They all meet together, and they all these big, powerful leaders.
And they just talk about.
And they all fly in on their private jets.
Yes.
They all get there. It's like, oh, I forgot. It was something on Facebook I looked at. They were talking about all these people that come together to try to solve global warming, and they all get there via their own private G6 and their Boeing 707s or 7 whatever they are, and then they come together and talk about us needing to drive Priuses. But they got there in a private,
a great
whatever.
example of that. The modern day version, the great example of that is the Volkswagen in Germany. That was designed for poor people. Little bitty car, little bitty engine, barely 4 wheels, barely enough to fit
the
4
Beetle.
people.
Yeah,
the Beetle. In the 40s and 50s, it was built for the working class. It was all it was always the hierarchy versus, and that still goes on to this day. Even in America, that still goes on. We just have more economic opportunity, but Otherwise, we don't change.
No, but it's look at the set. I'm just looking at like Priuses and all these. Nobody's driving them anymore. Well, I mean they are out there,
Well, gas prices has really killed the
but it's
energy efficiency cars industry. But in the Prius, you got a $300 battery. That thing croaks. That's a big
well, and a
capital
Prius
outlay
isn't.
right there.
Priuses aren't cheap.
No, they're expensive. Actually,
What are they, like 40,000? A smart car isn't cheap either. Those little smart cars, I see them that they sell them at Mercedes and Sugarland. They're like $35,000 for that.
Oh,
little
they
bitty
can't
thing.
be. They're only 4 feet long.
Aren't they? I think they are. I mean, I'm talking out my ass. But
You're talking at
they're not cheap.
16.
No, they're not that cheap.
Do they have an engine?
No, they're not that cheap.
You don't have to Google it.
Yeah, we're gonna Google it.
You're gonna Google it.
Yeah, I want to find out. I don't want to talk out of my ass.
It's not that damn important. But you want to find out what's the cost of a smart car?
2016 model.
What's your timer?
Damn it.
$14,650.
Yeah. Well,
It's only this damn big. How much money can you charge for something that big? And it's only that tall. And the wheelbase is about yay.
it's not much. I mean, that might be a little exaggerated, but it's not much. I mean, you could fit it. It would fit in this living room
Without a doubt.
easily. Well, I've seen them. What do you? It's okay. You're fine. They're okay. So I was wrong. They're about 15 grand, but I've seen them. I've seen the jokes on like Facebook pictures where they're riding in the bed.
By
of
the way,
somebody's truck.
how much did you say they were earlier? $35,000.
Something like that.
Yeah, $35,000.
I was off by a scotch.
Way more than even more than double. Yeah, but that's all right. That's all right. That's a good accurate guess.
I was talking out of my ass. Clearly.
Clearly. Anyway, I think as long as gas prices are low, you're going to start seeing the market. The ebb and flow is always going to be
the $2
gas prices
the
are cheap, they
$2
buy
range.
the trucks and the SUVs.
The $2 range we're in right now is doable. $2 a gallon isn't that? I'm okay with $2 a gallon.
I think we leave it at $2.25 a gallon.
But we're
I'm fine
not
with that
$2.25. We're right.
But it almost went up to that.
I'm paying right about $2 right now. $1.98 is what I'm paying. So
$1.98.
yeah.
Man, you punks in the Northwest, you get all the cheap gas. What's up with
Yeah,
that?
well,
we're paying still $2.10, $2.15.
I don't pay over $2. But I got down to $1.39 when it hit rock bottom. That was the cheapest I paid this past season.
You realize $1.39 was early '80s prices, mid '80s prices? Because I remember when we were driving, it was 99 cents to $1.10.
God, that'd be amazing.
But $1.35 isn't a whole lot different, though. Think about that.
No. Would you quit staring at my phone?
Well, but it's
It's there. You don't need to stare at it.
I'm waiting for a text.
Yeah, they're not coming.
They're not coming.
They're not. No,
Well,
so.
all right. Well, here's what. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And when we get back, we will have returned. So we'll do that, and
When we get back, we'll have returned.
technically,
Yes.
all right.
Are we? She staying with us, or is she going for when we come back, or is she going to stay with us?
Thank God our backs were to her.
Is she? I don't.
I say we nix her.
She's gone.
She's gone. Put Bernie up.
We're gonna
Put
kill
Bernie-
her?
We're gonna kill. I mean, the teeth are good. We've discovered that for a long time. I
So-
say we kill it.
So she's gone
I say she's gone.
and gone.
Okay, well, we're back from a little break. It was actually like a 25-minute break, actually, but a little reset never hurts.
It's like 30 minutes.
Well, it was 30 minutes. And you could tell by
5.
looking outdoors. I mean, the sun's like totally going down now. We were talking about this on the break. Something I want to talk about for the next few minutes because I don't know this very well. And this whole Pokemon thing, Marcus, all right, it started in the 90s. And then it's now, and it kind of faded out for a few years, and now it's back with some.
It faded out
It
for a long time. I mean,
So walk me
it
through
was
the history
elementary
of it.
school, it's not. There's not much history to tell. It was.
But you had collectible cards or something.
Yeah,
like that?
it started off. I couldn't tell you what year or what grade I was in, but it was elementary school. It was
95, 6,
150, 51 original cards. That's the way it was when I started. It got huge, and there's like 500, or I don't even know how many cards now. There's a bunch. That's not the original set. Is all I know about. It's the original. It's 150 like slash 151 original Pokemon cards, and it was to collect all of those. And you play it. It's a card game. You battle Pokemon versus Pokemon, and there's
What was the objective?
to beat the other guy.
I mean,
The better-
How would you beat them?
Your Pokemon would battle. They could do,
Oh, each one had strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
and you would.
Was this during the same time that the the Beanie Beanie
Yeah,
Babies were
something
out,
like
whatever?
that. Yeah,
Same time period.
But it was every Pokemon like evolves. Like a Pikachu evolves into something else, and
then how do you keep up with it?
well, the cards. There's like the dragon. The dragon one he's like a Charmander, and then a something else, and then a Charizard. Charizard was like your big. That was like if you had a Charizard, that would.
You were golden.
Yeah,
you were
it was-
good to go.
Yeah, and
Wait,
but-
Charizard
and
beat a Pokemon.
Charizard is a Pokemon. They're all Pokemon.
Would it beat a Pikachu?
Yes, a Pikachu's actually not a very strong
He's like-
Pokemon. It's not. It's just it was the symbol of what Pokemon were because the main character which is-
Pikachu is just a pawn in
He's
the
the
game of life.
he's a front man is all he was. He was
Front man.
well, he was the face of
He was a target. Easy target, easy to knock out.
No, he was the main character.
He was the spokesman.
Yeah, the TV show, the Pokemon show, the main character. It was his. That was his first.
Did they have a Saturday morning cartoon show?
Yeah,
They really
Yeah,
did.
something. I don't know. That's where all these characters come into play. Like
But
that.
okay, but if you had a TV cartoon show, was that a cartoon version of how the card characters come into play?
No, it was just a show of. I don't really remember what the show was about. There was good guys and bad guys on the show.
Is that a Pokemon?
I don't know what that is. That's Pikachu.
Looks like a rabbit.
Kind of. It was a. I don't really know. It's just all fictional. I don't really know what these things were. I mean, it was just.
So it was not really. It was okay. So somebody made the whole thing up. It was just a separate game that had never been invented before.
The card game was fun when you're a kid because you collect them. You're only.
How do you collect them, by the way?
buy them in little
So
packages?
and you had to take a gamble of
of
whether you
what
had
would
the
be
same
in there. You
cards?
might have 30 of the same one. You might have 30 Charmanders because that was a common.
So in other words, you buy a pack of Pokemon.
You open it,
A pack of Pokemon.
a pack of Pokemon.
So each pack of Pokemon had various cards in it, and you may have 30 Pokemon cards at the house. When you buy a pack of Pokemon at the store and you open it up and you go, "Oh crap! I've already got all these."
Yeah.
You just ditch them.
No, you can
You
keep
sell 'em?
You keep them. You trade them. You would trade them with your friends if they wanted something. Yeah, you could
Why
trade.
don't they just go buy their own damn pack of Pokemon?
Well, they do, but they might have. That's where this gets way beyond my. I just wanted to collect all 151.
Did you
of them.
collect
I
all
want-
151?
I
of them?
think so. At some point.
And what did you do when you did that? Yay! 151. I'm gonna go buy a guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really know. I never got into playing the game as much as I was into collecting them, just to get them. It was the thrill of opening the package and getting like a holographic Charizard. I remember, yeah, because a holographic Charizard is like that, or a Bulbasaur, or a Venusaur, or a Pidgeotto.
Gotta have a pigeon. Was this an Asian company that created this this
Yeah,
game?
yeah, it's a Chinese kind of.
So they couldn't do, like Steve Davis. Couldn't
No.
do that. It had to be a Karatazormon.
Yeah, a Charizard or a Bulbasaur or something. I don't remember all the names of them, but it
You
was
sucker kids bought into it and just made them.
no. Well, you paid for it.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, we were dumb enough to buy it. So, okay, when did the fad end?
Oh God! I don't,
The card
after
part of
elementary
it.
school, I didn't.
When did you
fifth
stop
grade,
playing it?
sixth, fifth, for sure not out of elementary school. Once I was in junior high, I don't even think I was playing it in 5th grade, but I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. It was more of, I don't know. I really
So that
don't.
would have been
It was just, it went away, and it was still
97, 8.
It was
maybe?
still around. I mean, the fad was there, but it just got it. Well, no, I guess the fad wasn't there. It died off, and it's always been around. Pokemon's still been around in the world. It's just it was nothing. It didn't have any.
So let's say it died. Let's just use even numbers. Let's say it died in 2000.
Yeah.
Okay, so it reinvented itself
in 2016
here with smartphones.
with
now,
the app.
With this
The app is just some. It's basically a GPS based app. When you open the app, it's.
But is it still the same Pokemon characters like you just named, like Chibitsu or Komatsu or Baltazar?
They're all there. And you go around collecting them with your phone. You walk around the park, and when you're walking around, you'll have your phone like this, and you can see the park on your phone because your camera's activated. So you're looking at everything.
Your camera does it?
And it's GPS. So then all of a sudden, a rat-a-tat.
Wait a minute. A rat-a-tat?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's
So wait a minute. Hold on a minute. You mean to tell me you're walking around with a smartphone in the park and GPS has you locked, which I understand.
you know where it's. Yeah,
You know where you are, and I get the software plants the Pokemon character somewhere where your GPS within your screen will find it if you eventually get to it. My question is, what's the camera got to do with it?
It'll make it more real because if I was playing inside your condo and there's a Pokemon, a Pokemon that popped up, there might be a Pokemon like a Pikachu might be sitting on your couch because my phone would be here, and my camera would be looking at your couch, and then
Pokemon sitting there?
and then you catch them.
Is it a Pikachu?
It could be
What are the names again? Pikachu, Komatsu,
Bulbasaur,
Mitsubishi, Baltazar.
Toyota.
It's got to be some form of that. You don't remember?
No, not that many. Snorflax.
Snorflax.
I think is one.
Wait, there'll be one here.
Yeah, I don't remember what that the fish is called, but
All right, so
and then you catch it, and then you build an arsenal of Pokemon on your phone, and then there's places around town that the software has designated gym, and that's where you go fight your Pokemon.
you lost me. Why do you go fight a Pokemon in a gym?
To level, get better, to get
With other people? Mm-hmm. This is the
interaction.
new one.
Yeah,
the one
you
in the
interact with people.
and they do it in a mass agglomeration of people, not like in the downtown park area that we were at, where people are walking around stumbling into stuff.
Yeah, that's where they do it. They know where the higher density is going to be, and that's where you're more apt to.
How do they know there's a higher density?
Because it's downtown Houston as opposed to.
But are they told that from something? I mean, let's say you open up your phone, you want to play Pokemon GoPro, and you pull it up, and it's there. Now what? Does it say go downtown because a whole bunch of shit down there?
No, you just kind of have to stumble across stuff.
So you have to go downtown, then find. Oh my God! It's a plethora of the kids and the Pokemon people.
Yeah,
So
basically.
But what if you
I don't know.
go
I'm not
downtown?
an expert because I don't play it that much.
Is there any? Does it tip you off? Look, you're within 25 miles of about 400 of these things.
No.
And if you go west 3.5 miles from your current location,
No, it doesn't. No,
you're saying it doesn't do that.
It doesn't do that.
Well, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
No, it's not because I think they want you out. There's a underlying thing to all. I think it worked. It's getting a bunch of kids out and moving around is what it's done.
Yeah, running into shit.
That's a bunch of crap. People aren't really.
Oh, so you're all about the Pokemon thing, aren't you? So you like. You know what I think? I will say this about it. In all seriousness, just envision 15 years ago, not even 25 or 30 years ago. Envision just 15 short years ago that you could have a screen, which is your phone, that you could have an interaction with. Where'd you go? You went down there to get that on the first floor? Did you all the way downstairs? And then and you could with the help of satellites for God's sakes,
Yeah.
you can track characters on your own personal smartphone that would lead you to a certain location, and you would be physically in that location, and then you gain whatever points you gain, whatever it is you do. That was thought of back in the day as being, wow, that's so space age like. Could you imagine if we could ever do that? Now it's common. Would you go downstairs and grab that, please?
Yeah. It'll go away though. I'm waiting. This will last another few months, maybe another few months, and nobody will play.
You think
it
it'll go away
anymore.
that fast?
Yeah, it's not that interesting.
Is it a free app? Mm-hmm. How do they make money then?
I don't know how all that stuff works. I don't know how they do that, but it'll be gone in a few months. I don't see it really taking off.
What's next?
That's the $1 million question. Because if you could answer that question, then go
what
do
would
it
appear
yourself.
to be next? Okay, we had our drones. Drones are still pretty popular.
That's two different.
Well,
that's two
technological
different.
things that people are doing that are, I don't know.
What
And then smartphones, you had Candy Crush. Isn't that a
Candy
game?
Crush was much bigger than I think the Pokemon. Candy Crush lasted a long time. Candy Crush lasted.
Has anything
a long.
replaced Candy Crush?
Not really. Not the same concept. But Candy Crush is fun. I still play Candy Crush every now and then.
So, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I'm glad you admitted that out loud. So, all right. Well, I think we're done. We've covered the Pokemon thing. That's the one thing I really want to talk about because the sensation of Pokemon when you were a kid
Yeah.
is not the same as Pokemon is today on the computer, right?
No, it's
Because you're not trading cards. There's two more. Because if you did, you'd have to know all the characters, the strength of the characters. You couldn't exchange them. Where this thing on the phone is just a matter of catch me if you can.
Yeah.
Is that what
I
it
mean,
is?
it's... Well, but then you build them up and then you play against other people out in the world. I mean, yeah,
Once
that's
you
the
catch them,
ultimate.
now they're like your team.
Yeah, you build them up and then... So that's the point. I mean, it's like I said, it's not... It gets old. It just gets tired. It just... Cause to collect them, you've got to really go out there and actually go out in the world and do it. And I don't think people are going to want to do it that much.
I think you're right, though. The electronics aspect of it,
Those are
these
fads.
fads come in and
They
out real
come-
fast. I totally get that.
Yeah,
I totally
and
get
it's
that.
not-
And maybe that's what happens. I'm just curious. What's the next gig? Something else will come along.
Yeah, but if you knew that, then you could create it yourself and
But
become
wouldn't
a
it be
millionaire.
wouldn't somebody go? You know what? If they're going to do Pokemon, what about X? That was also around at that time. What was another pop? Not the stupid Beanie Baby thing. Not that.
No.
Because you can't digitize that.
No, not really. I couldn't answer that question. If I could answer the question, I would create it myself, and I would be a millionaire.
No, you wouldn't. You don't have the technological advancements to keep.
It's not. You don't have to. You
Sell the idea.
exactly.
Yeah, to who? Done. All three are gone. So, all right. I think we're done. Next time, we're going to come up with way better shit to talk about. But in the meantime, we're done, and this is really, really cool. The lighting is I think it's going to be way better than the last one. So that was a big improvement. Back there's lights that you can't see. One that's like $3 and one that's like $10, and they make an amazing difference. I think it's going to matter a lot futuristically. So that's it. We're going to kill the Pokemon stuff because
No Pikachu.
no Pikachu. We could Pikachu at Hillary. Bring her back. We could Pikachu that. Is that like Peekaboo? Pikachu.
I don't.
It's close.
I don't want
it's
to bring her
close.
back.
No, I don't want to bring her back either. All right. We'll segue out. Are we still segueing?
Was that the segue to get out?
This is.
That is.
Oh, are you out? Oh, refill time. Kill it.
No, that's done. That was the end. My finger going down is where you killed it.
No, I killed this.
No.
Hey, I'm the editor. I'll decide. I'll decide what looks good and what doesn't look good. Have I steered you wrong yet?